What if you're a bit handy and you invent a revolutionary new idea for building? A construction system so unique and clever, it takes half the time to build compared to any other home and saves tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Craig and Barbara Chalk live in Dee Why on Sydney's northern beaches, 20 kilometres from the city, in this 1960s beach shack. They've got 2 children, Sienna and Ollie, and a Kelpie Cassie.
We bought it with the intention to knock it down and rebuild. It's taken us 15 years to get to this point, and we're finally just getting around to doing it.
Craig and Barbara run a successful global business from Sydney, wholesaling pet products they manufacture in China.
Craig is the quintessential inventor. He's always invented things. In fact, when we first met, he used to drive me balmy with wanting to start different, weird and wonderful businesses. Out of sheer desperation, I suggested we start this wholesale business, which we still run, mainly to get him off all the other harebrained ideas. But
They were good ideas, you just couldn't appreciate them. Whenever I see something, I usually see there's a better way things can be done. Doesn't always work. Some things I think are going to be better, they turn out to be crap, but hopefully this won't be one of them. We're going to want an outdoor power point here somewhere.
It's this inventive streak that's inspired Craig to come up with an innovative way to build his own house.
I'll do it there. The system I've come up with, in theory, should be quicker, cheaper and more versatile than a standard concrete off-form construction. There's the floor beams going to sit in there.
The plan is to make a prefab interlocking wall and flooring system in his factory in China and then ship it to Sydney.
When Craig came up with this system, I thought he's nuts, but he's always coming up with things like that. Theoretically...
Until we start doing it, we really don't know what's going to happen, but,
yeah.
but in theory, it
sounds good.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me anyhow.
Innovative is one way of describing what they're doing. Nutty is probably more appropriate. Craig and Barbara bought their house for $715,000 in the year 2000.
Nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
G'day, Peter.
Come on in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gee, it looks good through here.
It is,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Thank you. Now I can see why you came to this place.
Yes.
Wow, that is your classic $1 million view.
With the $2 house.
Well, the house needs a little bit of work, I have to admit.
Yes.
So, Craig, do you consider yourself a bit of an inventor?
Probably more of an ideas man. Yep. I'm the dreamer. Barbara's the doer.
You are a practical sort of guy?
Yeah, I'm pretty practical. I did actually start out as a carpenter.
And what have you built before?
Oh, no, not built, but, you know, we've renovated a few things.
Have you? Not this house.
No.
And why are you developing your own solution to a construction technique? Because there's so many proven techniques in this country. You could have adapted.
There is one other system I probably would have adapted, but I'd already gone down this.
So you've invested too much of your own time to turn around.
That's right, and if it works out, we may try and create a business out of it.
Patent it?
Yes.
We've applied for patent yesterday.
You are serious, you see. You are.
We are.
So you're the testing bed.
Yeah.
You're the
We are.
prototype of a new system
are.
for construction in this country.
Yeah.
So, so nobody else would be silly enough to let us test on their house, so we're doing it on our own house.
You must have been...
The old house will be totally demolished to make way for Craig's prototype. While prefab panels are not new, Craig's panels are essentially 2 fibre cement sheets braced with metal studs and lined on one side with insulating polystyrene. Once they're in place, Craig's invented an interlocking steel rib system that slots into the top of them, acting as formwork for the concrete floor above. Walls, ceilings and floors are then joined together with concrete, making it not only fast, but cost-effective and super strong. On the basement level, there's a granny flat opening to the back garden, while street side is Craig's enormous workshop. One floor up is the kids' domain with 3 bedrooms, a media room, as well as a 16-metre indoor lap pool with its own climbing wall. On the 3rd floor, at street level, there's a double garage with a huge open-plan kitchen, living and dining space opening out onto a north-facing balcony. Finally, at the top of a floating Jarrah staircase is the master suite and study, facing a terrace garden and their gorgeous sweep of the coastline. But possibly Craig's kookiest invention is an enormous multi-storey trapdoor system where he can lower projects 2 floors down to his basement workshop. To say this is an ambitious undertaking is an understatement.
What do you see as the biggest challenges?
Look, for me, the thing that's probably concerning me the most is getting the system prefabbed, manufactured in a timely manner.
Yes.
Just organising everything from here to be done over there, I think that's the challenge. And you can't be flying back and forth every 5 minutes.
And so you've got the plans, it includes everything. And have you had that costed?
Yes.
You're about to start, do you know where you're going?
Yeah, so the quantity surveyor had it all costed, the whole project, and he came back with 1.94 million. And that's what we're working towards, I guess.
And how long is it going to take?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Look, originally we were hoping to be in by Christmas.
Christmas is only...
I know, 8 months away, so...
We're not going to kill ourselves over it, but certainly before June next year we'll be in.
So that's, worst case, 14 months to complete the house, or at least make it livable. Ordinarily, I'd say that's a fairly realistic timetable. But given the scale of this job, on a steep block, and the challenges of manufacturing and shipping the panels from another country, I'd say that's optimistic. With excavation underway, Craig flies over 9,000 kilometres to his factory in Qingdao, China, to run some final tests on his wall and floor-making machines.
Who controls the speed? The speed of the machine going this way?
It's taken Craig 2 months to design and build these machines. One for cutting the panels, the other for gluing them together.
Look, making the panels is not hard. Making the machines was a friggin' nightmare. And we still have a few problems to solve. Can you see if this one can be adjusted down?
But the gluing machine isn't the only sticking point.
The biggest problem is probably me not being here. What's the problem? I haven't had highly skilled staff over here to put the machines together. And even though if I give them instructions, they interpret differently to what I really meant or to what I tried to communicate. Things never seem to really turn out the way they should. It's been one of the most frustrating things I've ever done, to be honest. Turn the blades.
Nine months has passed since Craig and Barb started demolishing the house. But progress has been painfully slow. In fact, progress on site has more or less stopped altogether.
What's going on?
Well, it's a big hole with a lot of sandstone in it. We can't get rid of the sandstone.
Why?
Well, that's normally you just take sandstone to a quarry and you can drop it there for free. But at the moment, everybody is excavating and the quarry is full.
If you take it to the local tip, it's $350 a tonne, so we're looking at about $150,000 worth there.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so...
So this is a big problem,
Yeah.
a big problem. So the way forward?
Well, we've been waiting kind of thing to see if the quarry will open, but they keep pushing it back. And I've been ringing around different people, trying to find someone who needs fill.
Goodness.
Yeah.
You thought you'd be in by now, and I'm looking at a pile of dirt, basically.
I know. The excavation company we used was inexperienced. We, of course, were inexperienced. We've never built anything before, so we didn't know that we had to tell them how we wanted it. We figured they knew how to do it.
So my concern for you is that this has happened from basically day one.
From day one.
And I'm wondering if the writing's on the wall about lack of experience, if you don't mind me saying, in the building industry, whether this might be an ongoing saga for you.
That's always been the concern. Look, I'm quietly confident that it will all proceed fairly smoothly once we get our ground floor slab in.
They're either incredibly optimistic or naively delusional. I'm hedging my bets, but one thing's for sure, they are brave.
You know, I admire them for taking this project on and having a go. But there's a reason you employ a builder, and that's for a lifetime experience. 9 months in, and this is a shaky start.
Craig and Barb are a year into the 14 months they planned on building their 4-storey home, but construction hasn't even started. And while they've finally managed to get rid of the rubble, there are still problems both on and off-site. Bad weather has caused them to cancel their first concrete pour. And unbelievably, Craig is still ironing out endless issues with the computerised drawings his Chinese workers need to manufacture the walls.
They'll have a little 2D drawing for every panel they cut. I'm putting it all into one big CAD program so I can see that, yes, that's correct and that's wrong, and we tweak it all until every panel looks right. And then I say, OK, cut all that out, and they should cut it out pretty much without mistake.
Finally, the clouds have parted, and the first of 3 massive slabs can be poured.
It's a day I thought would never come, actually. Now that it's here, I'm just wondering what's going to go wrong. Beginning to think the job's a bit jinxed, but if it all turns out well today, I'll be a pretty happy man, yeah.
Look, it's already got a bit that's smooth.
Our first bit of finished concrete, almost.
But already, there's an issue.
Is there another one?
No.
That's the first one going.
Everything comes to a standstill because the trucks carrying the concrete are running late.
So when I asked for 20 minutes apart trucks and in 40 minutes we've had one load, I can't deal with this. I can't have 40, 50-minute delays between trucks. That's why I booked it in 9 days ago, I think. All right? I need them 20 minutes apart. 40 MPa in this sun. It's not going to go down well.
If the first batch of concrete begins to set before the next, it causes a cold joint, a structural weakness, which is not a great start.
What about the third truck? Is it at least coming quicker or what? But the second one should be here by now, yeah? Okay, what's the number? Hi, it's Barbara Shaw. We've got a concrete pour booked in today in DY. We've been waiting 50 minutes and the second truck still hasn't turned up. So you're telling me you only got one truck? No. You're not reloading the first truck?
Here we go.
No?
It's here. Make sure the next one
Just turned
turns up. Barbara's, she's Swiss, German Swiss. She's got Germanic blood in her, and if something needs doing, she gets it done. But, yeah. Looks like the next one's here.
truck number 4, my precision organisation. Oh, I'm so happy. I said to Craig, we're having a slab warming picnic when it's done.
I'm going to save all my celebrating until we've actually finished the job completely and we're moved in and there's been no major dramas. And we're still married.
It's now 15 months since excavations began. And while Craig and Barbara hoped they'd be moved in by now, delays on site and in the production line have been endless. But finally, the first container of panels has arrived at Botany Bay. Turns out that was the easy bit. Getting them to site is a whole different problem.
We were standing right here under the wires when it all went, whoa, spark, spark, fireworks overhead.
The container has struck the overhead power cables on the street.
So we've ran out from under the wires and just as we've running out, a massive bang up here in this street. Must have been when the telegraph pole came down and hit the truck. Could have been very nasty.
Thankfully, no one's hurt. Given the circumstances, Craig has no choice but to delay work until tomorrow. But hey, what's one more day? Eventually, the pallets are safely on site, but they're heavy, and with no forklift, Craig, being Craig, has fashioned his very own lifting device.
It's going to be tedious getting the stuff out, but at least we'll be able to get it out and get it into position. You know, it's until it breaks. Oh, that's just going over here.
Craig's contraption seems to do the job.
All right, let's go. All right.
And eventually, the first piece of the puzzle is finally placed.
Lower there, John. Perfect. That's it. All right.
Always said 6 months from when the first panel goes in, it's in. Hopefully, in 6 months' time, we'll be at least in the granny flat, even if not the whole house.
Okay.
I just love Craig's optimism. But 6 months? I won't hold my breath. In the space of a week, the walls go up and the beams go down. It's like one giant Meccano set.
This system looks incredibly robust and logical.
It's robust, that's for sure.
I mean, there's so much structure there. Has it done your head in?
Absolutely. It's been the hardest, most tedious thing I've ever done in my life, I think.
You can see everything is numbered, and there's crossouts on the numbers, and they're renumbered. So just that ordering of assembly has to be so accurate.
Yeah,
you can't get one component out of place. And this space before us is ginormous. That's your workshop. What are you going to do down there that requires such a big space?
Well, I've got to have a lot of tools in there.
Yes.
A couple of benches and room for, I don't know, motorbikes or cars or something. So, you know, just stuff.
And how do you get a car through 2 levels?
I'm going to put in a couple of trapdoors. A trapdoor in that level and then a trapdoor in the garage.
Craig has some wild ideas, but building trapdoors and lowering cars through 2 floors of the house has to be his kookiest yet. But hats off to his tenacity.
Are you far off your original budget so far? Can you predict that?
At this stage, maybe a tiny bit over.
Yeah, we're a bit...
Well, that was your department, wasn't it, Barbara?
Yeah, it's my department, yeah. But then, you know, the quote I had from the quantity surveyor, it didn't spell out all the different things. So I'm not 100% sure where I'm at.
Since the house began, the family have been living 5 minutes away from site in rented accommodation.
Yeah, I mean, the rent here is a lot, you know. It's almost $1,000 a week, so we're keen to move on, get our house done. And we're not precious, we can move in half finished, but we just need it watertight and some windows in, so.
There's been a lot of drama on the work site, a lot of delays, and I find it funny that my dad thought we'd be done last Christmas. He obviously had very high hopes.
And that's one of the things I love about Craig, his can-do attitude. He takes the bull by the horns and wrangles it to the ground.
Seems to be holding.
I really do admire that. But the fundamental problem is that both he and Barbara simply lack the necessary skills to build a house.
Hey, Barbara.
Hey.
Good.
How are you? Use one of these?
No, don't worry about these walls.
Hey?
Don't worry about these walls.
Why?
Go away.
Why?
You'll blow it.
But it won't go to the bottom otherwise.
Yeah, it will. Look, see this concrete you've got, right? You vibrate that, these walls, you're going to put too much pressure on them and you will break them. Do not vibrate these walls. Believe me.
Right? I don't know.
But Craig can't help himself.
That's a vibration.
My invention.
He blatantly ignores the advice of the experienced concreter and chooses to vibrate anyway.
I can promise you it will be full.
Okay, good.
Look, this mix, Craig, is designed to go down these walls, all right? It flows for that simple purpose. It'll go into every nook and cranny you've got.
Especially if I use this. It's pretty good, eh?
Vibrating isn't the only worry.
So we're waiting for the next truck now, are we? Okay.
Do we need the next truck?
Yeah, the other one's gone.
All right, sure.
The concrete trucks are running late. Again.
Hi. I've been better, thanks. The trucks just aren't arriving at all. It's just totally not acceptable.
The sheer frustration is beginning to show.
He's short-tempered, he's running around a million miles an hour, he's giving me instructions, get this, get that, get that. And I'm like, I don't know what he's looking for, and, you know, here. Yes?
Yep.
He seems to know what's going on. I'm just a go-getter. I just do what he tells me to do, so. Yes?
Did you kick all the Rio over into the centre of the walls?
Not all of it, no.
We'll go and do the rest of it, thanks.
All right. See? I've been told.
With the arrival of another truck, concreting the basement walls begins again. And so does Craig's vibrating.
Sorry? Got a crack.
Yeah.
Bad?
Yo, what are you doing?
I pushed it too far.
Oh, what are you doing to me? Craig, you're killing me.
Yep, I f***ed that.
Yes, told you, do not vibrate this stuff.
Jesus. I did not need that one.
Well, what the vibrator's done is just put more pressure inside that wall that was already full of concrete. So what he's done is he's put that vibrator all the way down and he's created a weak spot for it to pop. It was full, shouldn't have been vibrated, and we would have been right.
Mate, I'm not vibrating anymore.
No, I'm not gonna let ya. Jeez. Now you gotta brace it.
Okay.
Bad luck or sheer bloody mindedness. Either way, Craig's up to his neck in it. Craig and Barb are hitting every obstacle that stands in their way. With more panels due from China, customs are checking imports for asbestos. Even though their paperwork's in place, their latest container along with everything inside, has been seized for inspection.
You know, the inspection costs money, the container, to move it off the wharf to the bonded warehouse costs money. Every day there costs money where the container is stored. Everything costs a lot of money. You should just pack the stuff to the new house into suitcases. Okay.
And just to add a bit more to their ever-increasing stress levels, their landlord wants his house back.
Can you take your drums apart, Ollie? We're putting everything in storage, and then we're moving into a furnished house for 8 weeks. Then friends of ours are going on holidays, so we move into their house for 2 weeks. And then we actually go overseas to Switzerland to see my family for 5 weeks. And then when we come back, we're homeless and don't know where we're going. But hopefully soon, after we get back, we can move into the new place, or at least into the granny flat.
Break anything?
Ow! Yeah, just bang it next to there, yeah.
This one? Ready? She used to just attack me when I played the drums and bark at the drum kit. And so now she just entertains herself. For hours sometimes. We tried to get her to do it in time, but she always jumps the gun, like a 1, a 2, 2.
It's now the beginning of winter, and 2 and a bit years since they started the project. Walls and floors of all 4 stories are finally up. And the concrete roof is being poured.
Yep, keep going. Yep, keep going, keep going. Slow down. That's it, that's it, that's it. We'll do another run down there, eh?
$547 panels, 370 cubic metres of concrete, and 3 rental properties later, we finally have something that resembles a house. A very large one, with a lot of work still to do.
Stairway to heaven, Craig.
Yes, it's getting there. Fourth story.
Looks amazing. Oh, look at that.
That's beautiful up here, isn't it?
So does this kind of make you feel like it's all worth it when you get up and you appreciate what you've done here?
It's been painful, I've got to say. But it will be worth it in the end.
We're about 1.5 years past where you thought you might be finished.
Yep.
And I'm looking around going, a lot of work to go.
Yep.
Is the slowness of the construction due to you trying to play builder when you could have got a builder to do it?
That's probably the big problem.
Because they've got all the tradesmen ready to go, yeah? And you're trying to source tradesmen who have no commitment to you. There's not an ongoing relationship.
No, look, the tradespeople has definitely been a problem, the lack of tradespeople. It's basically been me and a couple of backpackers do 90% of the work.
So when you started all this, your patented formwork system was a big component, a big deal in terms of the invention and the knock-on effect. How's that going?
The patent office has come back and said not inventive enough, although everybody looks at it and says never seen that before, but anyhow, that's for the floor system. The wall panels, yeah, no, they've been done before, so there's nothing to...
So this is going to be a one-off. It's not going to be...
It's a one-off. It's I've zero interest in pursuing anything else in the building industry after this. That's it, one-off.
You're totally burnt.
Totally had it. Totally had it.
But you lose the...
I can't believe it. After literally years of development, effort and dollars, Craig's dream of revolutionising house building is over. They've had a few blows, but this is a biggie.
It's certainly solid.
But only halfway through the build, there's nothing they can do but push on.
We've done an absolute power of work. None of this was here. Last time I was here...
Yeah, this is the cinema room where we are. Going to have a screen on the wall there, projector over that side.
What about this big thing here? This ceiling that somehow is going to miraculously come apart.
This trapdoor will be hinged on the top edge over there. It'll lift up here. This one will have to come up as well, this trapdoor we're standing on. Open them both up, drop things down to my workshop down below, and I can hide down there.
Well, no one's going to hear you down there, that's for sure.
That's it.
Craig doesn't do things by halves, and this lap pool is no exception. It holds 95,000 litres of water, twice as much as your average pool and will even come complete with a climbing wall. This is damn deep.
It is deep.
That's very deep.
I think it's a good result. I like it.
How deep is it?
The water depth is 3 metres.
So why did you decide to put a pool indoors? I mean, most pools are outdoors.
The yard is too small to have it in the backyard. At least the size of pool I'd want, but I can only use it for certain times of the year. I want to use this all year round.
Craig's initiative is fantastic, but he's bitten off way more than he can chew, and the digestion process is excruciating.
This is one hulking building, and when I see builder's bog poured into joints like this to cover up the inaccuracies of the joints, I've got a hunch that the building process is in charge of the builders, and that's Craig and Barb. In some ways, the putting together of this building is overtaking them. And I just wonder and worry for them that the quality of this building has been sacrificed because of the sheer quantity, because of its size.
With the pressure on to get the house to lock up, Craig's putting in long hours on site.
Craig starts at 7 o'clock on site every day, stays on site till, you know, all hours really, till dark or whatever. He's also worked most weekends, so yeah, it's been a hard slog.
Whenever there's a deadline, I always push it to the last minute. So I was here till 1 o'clock last night doing some waterproofing. People talk about lock-up, you know, getting to lock-up, but I never realised just what a moment that would be.
Lock-up is this milestone, you know, which I've been, you know, waiting for a long time.
All right, beautiful.
These are good.
Yeah.
Good to see something.
Brand new.
Good to see something in.
I know, it's good, isn't it?
So it's waterproof, it's
Yeah.
secure.
Yeah.
Is there a sense of achievement
Yeah, absolutely.
getting it to this stage?
More relief, I think.
How long now do you envisage it'll take to finish this beast off?
As you can appreciate, we gave up guessing how much longer a long time ago. Realistically, it could be Christmas, but
That's only
4 months ago.
well
5
less.
months.
So are you on track? Big picture, 1.9 million finish?
Well, I certainly hope that we come in under the 1.9 finish, yeah, because Craig's done a lot of work himself.
So it's actually about $5 million.
Yeah,
I mean, look at the real cost.
Absolutely. That's what I reckon it's worth. But
Absolutely.
she just sees me as her slave, so it's worth nothing, you know? She just feeds me and that's it. Yeah.
Craig really has put his heart and soul into this project. They both have. He's been on site throughout the entire build, not just overseeing it, but doing much of the physical work himself.
Craig is stressed, but I'm really impressed how well he's taking it. You know, he's never sort of had a nervous breakdown or whatever, which I think I probably would have had. So, no, he's just plodding along, pushing. He's frustrated and, you know, wishes it was finished, but he's very resilient, really.
It's taken a lot longer than what I originally expected. We're so over it, it's not funny.
I think it's a running joke that every Christmas that rolls around, we want to be in the house, but we're not. I have no idea why it's taken so long. It just does.
Hang on, there is another piece.
But there is some progress. After 3 years scaling ladders, Craig is finally preparing the stair treads to fix into the wall.
It's Jarrah from Western Australia. It's a fantastic timber. It looks really nice. Good red colour. I think they're going to look really good. There'll be blemishes and faults in the timber, but that'll just give it character, I hope.
The timber is 100 years old, recycled from an old wharf in Melbourne. To stop it shrinking over time and becoming unstable, Craig's up to his old tricks. He's building a drying box, using an air conditioning unit, some tubing, and the odd bit of duct tape.
I came up with the idea in desperation. This blows out, it blows out cold, dry air, whereas we need warm, dry air. So we've got to divert the cold, dry air into the intake for the waste air, right? So we've got cold, dry air going in there. It'll and hopefully blow out warm, dry air. This one goes onto here, this one goes onto here, and that one goes onto there. You got it?
I think so, yeah.
All right, good.
Craig's bizarre trapdoor system is also a work in progress.
There you go.
Each door is made from overscaled steel I-beams and attached to the wall with one long hinge.
Finn, is the hinge straight?
No, it is.
I'm about a mil off here.
Can you push it in, or?
When I push it in, I'm about a mil off. Rather than go for a small hinge on either side, I've gone for one long one, but that means if it's not put in perfectly, if it's bent at all, then the trapdoor won't open or close. At least not without breaking something. Let's winch it up and see how it goes. Now that didn't sound good.
No. We do have a crack in this weld. That's because something is not 100% straight.
We stuffed up on one spot. We stuffed up on...
Don't beat yourself up.
I'm going to put it back down now and weld it up properly. It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous.
It's nearly 3.5 years since Craig and Barbara started building their family home at DY.
Here you go, babe.
For Craig, the mental and physical pressure has really taken its toll, but dogged determination kept him going until a few weeks ago, when disaster struck.
I felt a little bit strange downstairs, but then I came back up, and as I came up the stairs, Barbara's up there, and I tried talking to her, and I really couldn't string a sentence together.
He was just talking to me about it. He was saying nothing. He was going, and I thought he was just being stupid, you know? He was just pretending to have a stroke or whatever. So I said to him, stop pretending to have a stroke, it's not funny. But he kept doing it. So I actually got mad at him and said, okay, if you're gonna be stupid, I'm leaving. And so I turned around and left. But then I was walking up the road and I'm like, nah, something's wrong. So I turned around. And by the time I got back, he'd already collapsed.
Unbeknownst to Barbara, Craig was having a stroke.
Next thing, I've tripped over into a pile of rubbish, and one of the guys has walked past, said, "Oh, give me a hand out, will you?" So he did, but at the same time he yelled to one of the other guys to call an ambulance.
When I saw him next, he was fully paralysed on his left side.
Craig was rushed to emergency, and a few weeks later, his progress is steady.
Generally, I'm feeling pretty good, except I don't have much energy. I really am tired. And the doctors have said it'll take weeks and weeks to really get some energy back.
As prospective checks go, this has been a big one. And while Craig's slowly on the mend, there's a changing of the guard on site.
Craig definitely can't stress about this build anymore. He's off the project, so I've told him that I will be in charge from here on in. I've got to dust off my builder's boots and what could possibly go wrong?
When it comes to a good-to-be-alive vibe, it's hard to go past DY on Sydney's northern beaches. It's what drew Craig and Barbara here 18 years ago. But the last 4 years building their dream home have been exhausting. It's almost 2 years since I last visited, and I just hope it's finally done.
Wow. Well, what a remarkable statement. It's crisp, it's smart, and do you know what? The best thing of all? It's actually finished. Hello, house owners. Barb, how you going? Craig, you're in one piece. You're alive.
Yes.
Well done.
Only just.
You survived.
I bet you thought this day would never come.
Well, I'm here. It's been a long journey, and congratulations. The house looks terrific.
Thank you. Do you want to come in and see the
I want to see all the
rest of
gadgets and all the
place?
tricks you've got up to in
All
there.
right. Come on in.
What a fabulous entry. This is a great piece.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
My lovely garden.
I'm loving these cantilevered treads.
Yes.
They're
There's always a bit of
extraordinary.
a concern, so we put a garden bed there to stop people walking into the treads.
Barb, this is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
You must be so pleased.
Yes, we're really happy it's finished.
And it's bright, it's clean and done. And do you know what? The white composition you've got in here amplifies the effect of what's out there.
Yeah, thank you. We're just happy
It was
it's
all
finished.
planned.
It's all planned. You sound a little bit defeated.
I'm a beaten man.
Well, you took a lot on yourselves, didn't you?
Just a bit. If I can do it, why would I get somebody else to do it?
Despite this project's size and, at times, torturous history, the open-plan kitchen, dining and lounge room is warm and well considered. A simple yet elegant backdrop to that remarkable view, which only gets more panoramic the higher you go.
I love the look of this stair.
Yes, it's Craig's pride and joy.
I can understand why. I love it because it feels like you're floating. It's really magical.
This is the master bedroom
Of course it is, and it's amazing.
with the good view.
It's extraordinary.
Yeah.
I feel on top of the world here.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah, it's
God,
lovely.
I can't imagine what it's like to wake up here every morning.
It is pretty special. Barbara pushed us to move in. I wasn't happy about it, but the first morning I woke up, my head was on the pillow, opened my eyes. I'm looking straight out the window up to Longreef, sunrise. It was amazing. It was actually
Craig,
quite-
all your dreams have come true.
Yes, no, it's good.
And you've gone to the trouble of putting your own arid garden on the roof.
Originally, I was thinking of a lawn, which means lawn mowing and stuff. That was a stupid idea. This garden is,
no way.
is great.
And it's an arid garden, low
Yeah.
maintenance.
Yeah.
We can't kill it, no.
Okay, come out to see the view.
I'm just so looking forward to this.
Yes.
We've made it.
Yeah. This
I
is
feel
it.
like I want to sing opera.
Go for it then.
This is just incredible.
This is a nice spot.
It's a great spot.
You're
Yeah,
joking me? People give their back teeth for something like this.
You don't get sick of it. Never get sick of it, yeah.
Can I buy it off you?
Now, we've put so much effort into it, it's not for sale and we're not moving anywhere, ever.
1 month ago, absolutely.
2 stories down is what could only be described as a teenager's paradise. With the kids' bedrooms looking out to the view, there's also a giant games room come private cinema leading to the indoor pool.
This is pretty awesome.
This is the kids' level. The
Well, your kids are never going to leave home with this.
No, exactly.
How magic is this? The climbing wall was an absolute corker of an idea.
I know.
And it's taken, well, I remember it as being a dark, dingy hole of a space.
Yeah.
And with the water and the light coming in the climbing wall,
It's a bit more inviting now, isn't it?
it's quite magical.
Yeah.
16 metres long, 3 metres deep, and heated to a balmy 27 degrees, the pool is designed for year-round swimming. Then there's the 300-hold climbing wall, the sauna, and the spa.
But it is a mini resort, let's face it.
Yeah.
What you've got from the top level down to this level,
Yeah.
it's just got everything.
Oh.
As you would find in a 5-star hotel.
We're not planning on going on holidays. We're planning on staying here.
This is it.
It might take a while for Craig and Barb to step back from this project and appreciate what a remarkable home they've created. It's been 4 years of relentless toil, but finally, it's over.
Well, what an incredible journey you've had here.
There was a time there when we didn't think we were going to get to this point, I think.
It was a lot harder than I thought. I took too much on myself, planning it so that more work could have been done by contractors, trades. It would have relieved a lot of pressure.
Was it about a money thing, saving dough?
No, I think it's perfectionism, no?
Initially, it was a novelty, you know, but the novelty soon wore off.
And how much of a toll has it taken on you both?
I think it's taken a massive toll. It's something I would never want to go through again. You know, we'll get over it over time for sure, but it's definitely something I would never do again.
We're not doing it again.
And Barb, Craig's been wounded by this process. How have you travelled? How have you managed?
Oh, look, before Craig had the stroke, he pretty much ran everything. Then after he had the stroke, obviously, then I was required to be here more, and I found it really difficult. You know, I was out of my depth, like I don't know how it should be done. And so the only thing that saved me was that Craig, you know, came out of hospital and he was very tired for about 2 months. But then he got better and he spent more and more time on site again. And in the end, he was here full time again. So that's why we're finished now.
And the house was going to cost around 1.9 million, I think, when we originally spoke, over 4 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Where does it end up falling?
So I think by the time it's all washed up, it'd be about 2.3.
Wow, and that's throwing all your energy and work into it as
Yeah.
well.
To be honest, the money is the least of my concerns because it's the physical and mental toll it's taken. That's yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll get over all that, so I will be able to enjoy that.
Look, I think this is an extraordinary effort, what you've done here. You've got to give yourself a bit of a pat on the back. I mean, what will it take for you to actually enjoy this place?
Not having to set the alarm clock and open the door to a tradie in the morning, yes. Then I can enjoy the house, yeah.
If you had to do it again, Craig, what would you do differently?
Everything.
It might take a month or 3 for Craig to fully recover from the stress of this undertaking. But he's now got the perfect refuge. His giant workshop in the basement, accessed by possibly his most bizarre invention to date, a double-storey trapdoor. So, Craig, you've got to do this every single time you want to get access to your man cave.
That's right, but
All
the
this has
idea
gotta
is that I drop my hobby down there, which might take me 6 months or a year or something, and then I take it back up, so that's not a problem.
Craig, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Open sesame.
I'm pressing buttons.
She's pressing buttons.
Okay.
Oh, here it comes. This is quite bizarre to see the floor breaking in 2.
Hello.
Hi, Barb.
Hey, Pete.
What's impressing me here is the sheer magnitude and scale of this. This is not lightweight steel. It's very heavy duty.
That's massive. Massive. Yeah, you can have a whole party on that. You'll never fall through, yeah.
The dungeon has opened up.
Is this the start of something? Is this a prototype that you're gonna run out around the world?
I don't think so. I don't think there'll be too many other people wanting this in their house, but I think I'll use it. I do think I'll use it.
The world awaits the weird and wonderful projects that will emerge from Craig's dungeon workshop. But for now, he and Barb will hopefully kick back a while and enjoy this monumental achievement. There's no doubt that this house has taken blood, sweat, and hopefully not too many years of Craig's life. And there's many words you could use to describe it. Naive and delusional, but I prefer brave and inventive. It was a dream that built this house, and a dream that kept them both going. And throughout it, they never gave up. This house is a total one-off, and quite frankly, so are Barb and Craig.